Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm the author of Heal Yourself, A Return to Wholeness, the Integration of Body, Mind, Soul, and Spirit, and also of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love, available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, romance, life path, and purpose, twin flame. You can book that at my website, fondinwellness.com. Please do join us on demand for the Divine Feminine Twin Flame Boot Camps, number 1 and number 2. Number 2 is the healing. Number 1 is the integration into your twin flame journey. The links are below. This is the weekly reading for twin flames. Today is Monday, October 19th, 2020. How are you guys doing? This reading is good for all week for divine feminines, divine masculines, and the couple. This has been a week, a good week, actually. New moon was on the 16th of October. We have another full moon coming up on October 31st. Mercury is currently in retrograde. So a lot of planetary action and inaction, actually. There's a lot of pressure. We are in a pressure cooker, guys. So I'm in a little bit of a different spot today, as you guys can see. I am renovating the area where I am filming, typically. So I just had to shift to another room. So we're gonna say a prayer over the cards. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Twin Flames, Guardian Angels. Let this reading be the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Romance angels and twin flame angels, help twin flames to understand their messages for this week. Starting October 19th, 2020, we're going to start with the divine feminines, getting some messages for the goddesses, divine feminines. So let's go ahead and grab that energy, divine feminine guardian angels. And this week we're back again with the Fairy Tarot deck. We diverted, and I think for 2 weeks we had other decks, and we are back to the Fairy Tarot messages for divine feminines. In this twin flame collective, angels, please help us to understand what they need to know to learn and grow for this week. Next, we're gonna pick 4 divine masculine twin flames, and we're gonna get these messages for these beautiful, gorgeous divine masculines who have been evolving in their energy so magnificently. So divine masculines, guardian angels, what do they need to know today to learn and grow? And we're coming to the Fairy Tarot messages for divine masculine from the Fairy Tarot deck. Let's see what comes up, guys. Woo, this one's a little harder to work with this week. Divine masculine energy, guys. Please help us to get it. Okay, perfect. Now for the twin flame couple, messages for the twin flame couple right here. Angels, guardian angels, romance angels, twin flame angels. What does the twin flame couple need to know for this week? And then we are moving into the fairy deck, Fairy Tarot, for the twin flame couple. Yeah, again, this deck this week, a little harder to work with. Are we sensing some stuck energy possibly for this week? Let's get the romance message for the twin flame couple. Romance angels help the twin flames in this collective to understand what they need to know for this journey romantically this week. How is the romance energy? We've got Mercury retrograde, we've got Mars retrograde, a lot of retrograde action. We've got this coupling, and I don't know if it's yet, but we got this coupling of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, which puts on a lot of pressure. So we'll see how things happen for the rest of this month. Here we go. This is going to enhance the romance message, angels, and we're going to get 2 cards, messages from divine masculine to the divine feminine for this week. Divine masculines, what do you have to say to your divine feminines? Please let them know what you have to say. Please, please, please. And we're going to get just one more message here. Excellent. Let's start with Divine Feminines. Okay, we're starting off with the Knight of Air, which Knight of Air is a brilliant energetic card. I feel like there's gonna be some communication for some of you for this week from your Divine Masculine, and it's gonna come in rather quickly. It might just come in like that, like a lightning bolt, like a jolt, totally unexpected. It's gonna come. There is this communication coming. Now, it's interesting because even with Mercury in retrograde, you would think like, oh, the communication wouldn't be great. But what's nice about Mercury retrograde, it's usually about finishing your projects from the past in communication. So since you've already had communication with your Divine Masculine and they are resurfacing and coming back toward you, rest assured, this is about old stuff. So it's not new communications, new contracts, new legal agreements. This is about old stuff. So that's why them resurfacing during a Mercury retrograde is normal. It's normal to have communications from the past come back up. I'm feeling that strongly because we got the 10 of Autumn, 10 of Pentacles, which is about the great big happy family, financial wealth and well-being. This is a good time for growth. We've got 10, the number 10, which is about endings and new beginnings, which this is also the 10th month of the year. It is also the autumn. So really, really good energy around reunion for this month. Really good energy for Divine Masculine reaching out to you, Divine Feminines, for the reunion happening in the 10th month of the year in autumn. I'm really seeing this as coming to fruition because this is your person. This is the person that you are meant to be with. And I am just seeing this very fast. Like the communication, I'm not saying you guys are going to come in a reunion really fast, but the communication's kind of this rapid fire communication, and it's going to come, like I said, a little bit when you least expect it, where it's going to come fast and furious, very quick. And there might be a lot of texting back and forth, a lot of phone calls. Maybe your Divine Masculine might even show up at your front door. So that should be interesting, really interesting energy for this week. We've got a really great energy coming from Divine Masculines for this week. They are here. Let me tell you this, Divine Feminines, the Divine Masculines are here for the long haul. It's reiterated in this card because this is kind of like the marriage, the relationship that can last a lifetime because it's all about stability, family lines. So it's kind of like big families coming together, or they want to integrate you into their family line. It's about long-term financial success, so that can give you the stability that you need to create a home. And then we have that more with Divine Masculines as well this year. They're coming towards you with this loving, 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 heart-centered, heartfelt energy. We've got this Queen of Water, Queen of Summer, Queen of Cups energy, about the nurturing energy, about the compassionate energy, about wanting to take the relationship to the next level energy. This is like, I'm coming forward, Divine Feminines, because I love you and I care about you and I want this to be long-term. I don't want this to be a fly-by-night relationship. I don't want this to be just a hookup or a booty call. I want this to be long-term because we've also got the 3 of Fire, which means that you've invested well. The work that you've put in, you started it. Now all you need to do is wait for your ship to come in. But this is about making long-term plans. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen today. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you guys are going to get married tomorrow. What it means is Divine Masculine is on board for making those long-term plans with you. Divine Masculine is on board for telling you how much he loves you and how much he cares about you. He is going to be speaking from the heart and not from the head, not from the mind, not from something else, but they're going to be speaking from the heart and saying, I love you, I care about you, I want to speak to you from my heart and my feelings, and I want to make long-term plans with you. This is not just like me coming back and pretending that it's all going to be okay. This is us actually talking about how we're going to do this. How are we going to move forward with this? So, gosh, lots and lots of good energy. Now, again, Conflicting messages for the twin flame couple. We have seen this once before where the intentions were really good intentions on divine masculine, divine feminine, and then we see this conflicting energy. Now this is surrounding work. This has to do because we got two work cards. We got two cards about career, work, overwork, too many hours, and chaos surrounding work. So we've got the 10 of fire and the 2 of autumn. Both of these are about overwork. Okay? One of you, I don't know who this is, but it could be both of you. This is about divine feminine and divine masculine somehow, or maybe there's one more than the other, who have taken on extra jobs, maybe moonlighting somewhere, maybe getting a second job to support the income to pay the bills and get out of debt. This is long work hours. I'm talking about life being out of balance and juggling too many things, juggling too many jobs, and not being able to have a lot of fun. So what this is telling me pretty loud and clear is that divine masculine is going to come towards you with this proposal to say like, hey, I'm back. I want to make long-term plans with you. But for right now, I'm really focused on this job thing. Like whether they're really looking for a job and spending tons of hours looking for a job, or whether they had to get a second job in order to just pay the bills, pay their rent, pay their mortgage or whatever. And it's not that this is a cop-out this time. This is not a cop-out this time around. And this could be for the divine feminine too. I mean, divine feminine could be in a place where they are too looking for a job, looking for that second job, just to make ends meet. And this is not the cop-out where I'm gonna absorb myself in work and forget about my other life, the other parts of my life. What this is saying is that I need to bring this aspect back into balance, and I'm still willing to make those long-term plans with you. I really am. I'm still willing to go the extra mile for you. But that doesn't mean I'll have a whole lot of time to play and have fun right now. What I'm doing is I'm trying to stay afloat right now, and that's what a lot of you guys are doing because of the current world events. Like I said, lots of pressure, right? We were talking about that in the beginning with the astrology going until the end of the year, but in particular, until these two planets, Mars and Mercury, go direct again. And as I said, it's almost like a pressure cooker. There's so much pressure happening universally right now that this makes sense, right? This makes sense of everything feeling like an uphill climb. It feels like everything is just requiring you to make that extra added effort with everything you are doing. It's just wondering, when am I gonna stop climbing uphill? Like, I don't wanna climb uphill anymore. I'm done climbing uphill. I just wanna like coast a little bit. And for many of you, that's the case. Now, this is not for all of you, but for many of you, that's the case. If you are having to look for another job, you have had your hours cut back, you've been unemployed, whatever it is for divine masculines or divine feminines, and you're having to put in the extra time with maybe a job that just doesn't pay that much. Maybe you had to get like 2 retail jobs or something in order just to like replace the one job that you had that paid for everything. So that, I believe the hard work and the overwork is more a result of the current times than a result of what's happening with the twin flame couple now. So what did I say, guys? What did I say? Long-term commitment. Look what we got. Romance, we got engagement and mastery. Now that you both have learned your spiritual lessons, you are moving into a higher level of commitment to each other. This could mean a literal engagement, like your divine masculine popping out an engagement ring for you, or it could mean that you are just going into the next level of commitment. So if you were just friends, then that could mean romance. If it was a romance, it could mean like, okay, now we are boyfriend, girlfriend. If you were boyfriend, girlfriend, it could mean an engagement. So we are seeing this 3 times, guys, in this reading. We are seeing it in the romance messages. We're seeing it in the divine feminine's message. We are seeing it in the divine masculine's message. Long-term commitment is coming. It's coming. It's coming fast too. It's not like you are gonna have to wait a lot longer for most of you. By the end of October, you should have some sort of, if this resonates with you, of course, by the end of October, you should have some sort of verbal commitment from divine masculine to the divine feminine saying, I wanna do this. I want to do this. I want to take this to the next level. I love you. I care about you. I have all these feelings for you. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before, but I want to do this. I really, really, really want to do this. Some of the things that we've been observing is that divine masculine is still beating themselves up over what happened. They're going to come forward, but one thing that I really want to emphasize for divine feminines, please, pretty please with sugar on top. One thing I want to emphasize for you is to not throw the past in their face when they come to communicate with you. I really believe that your past and what happened to bring you guys into separation, it will be revealed over time. So don't jump the gun, and as soon as they reach out to you again, don't just say like, well, what happened? I don't understand this. Why did you do this? Why did you say this? What happened? And here is why. It's not that they don't want to explain it to you. It's because they still feel a little bit guilty about what happened. They feel guilty about not communicating their feelings. They feel guilty about pulling away from divine feminines. They feel guilty that they made the relationship like turn around to make it look like you were the one that was more interested in them than they were interested in you, which many divine masculines did. They made it look like you were the bad guy because you were chasing them too much. So for all of those things, they feel really guilty because they know that wasn't the case. They know that wasn't true. They were just deflecting. So divine masculine says, I feel you even though we are apart, and it was my fault, but I blamed you. So they really have a lot of feelings surrounding this whole thing, and one of the reasons why they're going to have the commitment conversation with you or long-term plan conversation with you, divine feminines, is to help wash away some of that guilt. Now, it does not mean that they are not sincere. They are going to be sincere in saying this. But divine masculines feel that if they can make the commitment to you first, divine feminines, and then get your agreement with that, and then start following through on aspects of that long-term commitment, and then they can backtrack and explain what happened. It's not going to be the other way around. It's not going to be like them explaining first and then offering an option of a long-term commitment. They're going to make the long-term commitment to you first. You have to go in this with full faith and trust. And then once they feel secure, once they feel like you're not going to throw things in their face and that you're angry and upset, then when they feel safe and secure, then they will allow themselves to feel vulnerable enough to talk to you and tell you what happened. But I have a feeling for a majority of these divine masculines, that's not going to happen till the commitment happens. And I know it sounds very backward, but you're just going to have to trust this. So please do not jump the gun. Don't jump down their throats the minute that they reach out to you. See what happens. Take a step back and see what happens. See how they react to you. See what they're willing to offer to you. And don't get bent out of shape. Based on this reading here for the couples, don't get bent out of shape either if they offer the long-term commitment, but they say like, Well, in the immediate, based on my work situation, we might be able to see each other once a week or once every 10 days, but we're not going to be able to see each other every day yet because I need to sort this thing out with my work. So be patient with them and be kind and compassionate and loving and unconditionally loving. So I hope this helped for this week. It's an awesome message of long-term commitment, you guys. I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to hear your stories and how things start to unfold for the rest of October. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this video with others, and thank you for supporting this channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can also pledge your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin, and I will see you in the next video.